In playtest 5, Barbarian received 2 nerfs. One was axe specialization being reduced from 10 additional physical damage to 5, and the other was the slowdown of Francisca's being nerfed. This was likely in response to complaints regarding Barbarian's ability to one-shot players, and to do high amounts of damage with Francisca's while slowing opponents down to a crawl. In turn, Barbarian received a new skill. Achilles strike buffs the next hit the Barbarian lands, causing it to deal an extra tick of 10 physical damage and to apply the Achilles strike debuff for 2 seconds. This debuff slows the victim down by an additional 10% and causes them to take 5 physical damage for each movement, which upon testing seems to mean a full step. This skill provides Barbarian with the same strengths that were toned down in their nerfs, only in a more extreme fashion. Rather than gaining plus 10 damage from axe specialization, you get plus 10 damage from this skill, along with an additional 5 damage for each step the enemy takes for the next 2 seconds. And this skill does work with Francisca's, giving them even more damage and nearly as much slowdown as they used to have. This skill sounds incredibly strong on the surface, but only gets crazier as you look deeper. First up, Axe Specialization. Axe Specialization's description specifies that the perk grants weapon damage, but this is incorrect. It actually grants additional physical damage. This is an important distinction. Weapon damage refers to the damage that your weapon deals, and is the class of damage that is multiplied by your physical power bonus. While this allows it to benefit greatly from power bonus buffs, it will not apply to any non-weapon damage, such as damage over time dealt by Rupture, or bonus damage from Achilles strike. Additional physical damage, on the other hand, does apply to any instance of physical damage, but it will not benefit from power bonus. This gives it situational utility in builds with poor physical power, or for specific skills like Rupture, and in our case, Achilles strike. For some reason, every piece of damage from Achilles strike will individually benefit from axe specialization, so long as the inflicting weapon was an axe type weapon. This means that, at the absolute minimum, axe specialization will provide plus 5 damage twice, once on the weapon's damage itself, and once on the 10 bonus damage from Achilles strike, and if the victim doesn't stand still, this damage increase can multiply itself many times over, providing an additional plus 5 damage for every step the victim takes during the 2-second duration. This is an extreme force multiplier, and allows for a default Barbarian running just axe specialization and Achilles strike to one-shot a default fighter with a single Francisca axe, assuming the fighter doesn't stand still after getting hit. While standing still would save the victim from Achilles, it's generally not a good idea to stand still against a Barbarian. But that's not all. Achilles will also benefit from any other source of bonus physical damage. Any additional physical damage or true physical damage on gear will be multiplied the same way as axe specialization, as will the benefits of Divine Strike. A default Barbarian with Divine Strike and axe specialization will deal plus 10 damage on their initial attack, plus 20 damage from the initial Achilles bonus, and 15 damage for every step the victim takes after that. Factor in powerful gear, and things start to snowball fast. Many players complained about getting one-shot by Barbarians in the last playtest, and this one-shotting power is now more available than ever. Normally, this insane damage stacking interaction is avoided with damage over time effects, as the total bonus damage a player receives is divided amongst the time of the buff. But Achilles isn't a damage over time. Each step provides an individual tick of damage, and so each tick benefits from every physical bonus the Barbarian has. Is there any counter to this? Well, if you have enough physical damage reduction to tank the damage, yes. Standing still is also a counter of sorts, but Barbarian is still getting that sweet plus 10 damage plus any double dipping damage bonuses, and standing still is generally counterintuitive when it comes to surviving a Barbarian, or the Barbarian's teammates. I don't see a future where this skill doesn't get nerfed. The most problematic part of its design is the damage per step, as it doesn't obey the usual rules of damage over times, and it puts the victim in a no-win scenario where they either try to avoid the Barbarian and die, or stand still and have to deal with the Barbarian head-on. It deals extreme damage, even without axe specialization or any gear, and only gets stronger as players get better gear, perks, and party buffs.